Hey guys, it's Tinkerjet, probably better known to you as Ugh. Yeah, I did that. Oh shoot, it has been a long time, hasn't it? Anyway, I thought I would just pop in to let you guys know what's going on. In this case, I am considering making something of my YouTube channel a little bit, making some videos. What those will be about exactly are up in the air still, but I thought it would just be a very short, non-committal series. And for those who immediately are going to be like, wait, non-committal? I can't keep up with people, really. Um, I can kind of just get on, record something, blah, 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 into the abyss, and then just disappear again. And when I say disappear again, I mean I can just disappear for years. Ask anyone who has been following my YouTube channel for a long time, or heck, even just go to my upload history. I'm not a very prolific talker, which is very funny because if you ask anyone who knows me in person, I don't shut up. So, who knows, maybe it would actually be better to come to YouTube to share my ideas. So, that's a consideration. We'll put a pin in that one and come back. In the meantime, let me talk about the things that I am certain of. So first, I have a friend, and he informed me that apparently templates for common like VTuber looks and things like that are apparently a thing. I thought about it with all sincerity, but I found that I could not connect with it because if I was going to be using a VTuber situation, I would want to make a lot of customizations, which would take a lot of time, right? Because I really like to personalize my things. I am a very creative person. And I say that kind of with a tone, but I don't mean anything by it. I just mean that it's not like a holier than thou creative. It's just I am very persnickety about the way that my things look, the way that they sound, things like that. Which you probably wouldn't guess because I'm recording with a piece of crap microphone, but that's fine, I just mean in terms of things like dialogue, the way that my characters interact. I am very particular. So I gave it some thought and I said, well, if I'm not using a VTuber, I know PNGtubers are a thing. And I have an artist. She's also a wonderful person. She is the one who illustrated my webcomic back in the day, and she is currently the one who is illustrating my visual novel. I know if I went to her and I said, hey, I want this little avatar with a couple of emotions and what have you, she would 100% draw that for me. I also just love that she is just like, art? Yes. This speaks to me on a personal level. You know what I mean? Just yes. But I thought about that too, and actually I was working on some concepts for that. But that kind of fell off because I just have bigger priorities, and if I'm going to be having her make art for me, I want it to be art built around the visual novel based on it, you know what I mean? So I thought, you know what, this is not the best way to spend our time. We should probably look into options that are, I don't know if better, but more efficient. And that kind of brings us back to, well, why not just use a template? No, I don't want to because, it's a weird place to be, isn't it? Where I'm completely picky and persnickety, and then I, at the same time, don't want to waste time. It's a weird place to be. Anyway, so I thought about it, and I said, wait a second. I have been in Second Life for years. I have a whole avatar that I have put time into. Now, obviously, I have not made anything on this avatar, okay? For example, like the hair is Truth, the head is Lelutka, the body is Maitreya, and even though the clothes are sold out of a store called ThrillingThreads, I know that these were from another 3D mesh creator. I can leave their information in the description, as well as the one who did the nails and the makeup, whatever. You know, I can leave all that in the description for whoever cares. I'm just saying I have not made anything on this avatar yet. That might change as I start to learn Blender. But at least for now, the way that I see it, it's kind of like real life almost. You know, in real life, I buy clothing that I like. Clothing that I find comfortable and that looks cool and things like that. And for things like, well, Second Life, I dress my avatar. I don't have to worry necessarily about things that are comfortable. I can keep it simple. I can make it fun. I can just have it be really casual or interesting. And you get my point. I can just make the avatar as bland or as interesting as I want. And I already have a whole wardrobe. I already have a whole bunch of hair, a whole bunch of skin, a whole bunch of heads and bodies. I can make her look however I want. And this is an avatar and accumulation that I've already put all of this time into. So why make something new if I can use something that I already have? So that's going to be, at least for this channel, what I decide to go with, because obviously I'm not going to be putting a Second Life avatar on my Scribe Stories channel. That's just not a thing. But I think for my personal channel, where it really doesn't matter that much, I think it's great. I think my avatar is really beautiful, almost doll-like. And by the way, another fun fact about me, I was actually collecting ball joint dolls for a while there. So, you know, that my avatar has kind of this polished appearance appeals to me. And I thought, you know what, this is exactly what I needed. I needed something that felt like I had a hand in it, right? Because I customized my avatar, I put her together, I made her shape. And, you know, just made all these other little tweaks until I was happy with her. And at the same time, I don't have to bug my artist for the zillionth time in like 10 minutes, you know? So I thought, you know what? Good enough. I'm going to use my Second Life avatar and not a PNGtuber or anything like that. At least not for this channel, not yet. Maybe if I ever acquire a following of like people who, you know, who would find that sort of thing a little bit more interesting. But I think for now, this is fine. And I'll probably rip some cardboard again soon. That'll be, that might also be a thing. We'll see. My fingers don't like me very much, and they hate me even more after I rip cardboard. But I might still go with those as well because, well, I don't know. There's a certain thing about that feels a little more human than just a dancing avatar. I figure that the avatar is when I want to say whatever to no one in particular. It doesn't need to be super close or super human, but for certain things, artsy things, things that are very personal, I think that the touch with the cardboard is nice. It gives you kind of a perspective. I'm not going to say it's a positive perspective, but it is a perspective. Anyway, if this sounds interesting to anyone, I guess stick around and we'll follow up soon, okay? Bye!